everybody, Davis here, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of Pop Culture Gems. This is a series where I talk to amazing creators, artists, cosplayers, voice actors, and so much more. If you like the interviews we do with our terrific guests, like, follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the CFG channel. We release Pop Culture Gems on all podcast services as well, and also on our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com. Today, I am speaking to my guest today is a seasoned voice actor who has been in many anime series. If you have seen her, she has an impressive cast of characters. She's played like Tomoe in Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy, Miranjo in Ranking of Kings, Charlotte Galette in One Piece, the creepy Yumiko Shikiya in Makaine, Too Many Losing Heroines, and you can currently see her on the amazing show Shangri-La Frontier, currently on Crunchyroll as Toa Amane, aka Arthur Pencilgun. I would like to welcome the wonderful Brianna Roberts to the show. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me on your show. I'm so excited to be here today.
Yes, I'm so glad that we can finally do this. It's such a it's been an adventure, but I've been looking forward to this for a long time. But that is awesome. Thank you for taking your time in your schedule for this. It's really incredible.
Of course.
All right, great. Well, let's get into it. So, what is your story? Like, what got you into voice acting?
Well, I started out as a stage actor. I've been acting for as long as I can remember. I don't remember a time not doing stage. I actually went to college to do film and TV production. I never set out to be a voice actor. I mean, I knew what voice acting was, but I'd never really thought about it. So I went to school, I graduated, and I was working as a producer at a small production company, and we were doing original animation. And, you know, like most small production companies, we were on a budget, a tight budget. So my boss was like, Brianna, you're a stage actor. Why don't you just voice this character? Save us a buck. You know, I was like, okay, sure. So I got in our booth and I started recording for this character. And I was like, what is this? I love this. Give me more. So I just started looking into it. I found every class that I could take in person in Dallas, online, and different, I've studied with coaches from all over the United States. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of coaching and lessons now. And so just kind of the rest is history. I still do stage. I'm actually in a play right now that opens on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
But voiceover has really just become my passion, and I love doing it. And here we are.
That is amazing. So, I mean, it's kind of cool when you stumble upon something like voice acting. You don't think about it, and then once you do, it's just like you just caught the bug, essentially. It sounds like.
Yep.
Wow, that's incredible. And are you mostly in plays, or was it plays and musicals? Or
I used to do more musicals. So in my early 20s, I did a lot of musicals. As I've gotten older, I haven't done as much. Well, for one thing, there's not as many good roles in musicals for mature women. I'm just going to put that out there, universe. So now I primarily do plays, but musical theater is actually where I got my start. I just haven't done any in a really long time.
Oh, do you have a favorite musical?
Okay, so before the movie, Wicked was my favorite. Okay.
Oh, wow. Before the movie. Oh, no.
So OG Wicked fan. I also really love the Addams Family musical. If you've never seen it, you should check it out. It's a really, really great, fun musical.
Wow, that's great. You know, the one I like watching the weird ones that they're like the movies into musical adaptations. Like I recently just watched Beetlejuice. And
I saw it too. It's so good.
It's so good.
Really
I was like, at first, it's so weird because you don't know what to expect, and then all of a sudden, usually when the people that create it and turn it into musicals, you got to give them some props on this because it's like I would have never thought that this would be a musical, but this is amazing that y'all did what y'all did. Yeah,
we saw it and we were blown away. I really want to see, and it could be a train wreck. The Back to the Future musical.
I heard about that, and I'm like, okay.
I just like, how? So mostly I want to see it out of curiosity, but with low expectations.
You're like, you know what? Let's just get this over with, and so let's see if it entertains me. Then so be it. That's awesome. I saw you. Yes. I saw an Instagram post of you watching what's it called, a Star Trek one. I didn't even know there was a Star Trek one.
Yeah, so it's a new musical. So there's this company that they'll do new and experimental musicals, and kind of like, hey, if it works out, then come have us come to your place. My friend Oscar Seung was in it, and he was amazing. So it's also Ben Phillips. He played Kirk. It was so good. So if you're curious about it, it's called Khan the Musical, but it's Star Trek. It is
Yeah.
hilarious. Look it up. Invite it to come to your area. You will not be disappointed.
That is awesome. You know, it's funny. Like I've always wanted. I love musicals thanks to my mom. But I love musicals. But the one that I have always wanted to watch was Wicked. I never watched Wicked.
You've
Yeah,
never seen.
I've never
Well,
seen
did
it
you
in
see
the
the
play.
movie?
I did see the movie. I saw the first part of that, which makes me upset because it's like now I have to wait a whole year for the second part.
See,
Yeah,
obviously, live theater is nothing like the cinema. The
it
cinema
is
is
not.
still a special experience. But if you ever get a chance to see the live performance, when she sings "Defying Gravity" and the special effects, it's magical.
Well,
It's
to your
magical.
opinion, though, I'm sorry, kind of going in the veer for all this, but like, in your opinion, like, so, like, the original, since you've seen I'm assuming you've seen the original version of Wicked, right?
Uh-huh.
So you're there when the Dina Menzel and Kirsten Chenoweth and stuff. Like, were you?
Oh no, I didn't see with Adina Menzel. I have seen the one I've seen it a couple times when it's traveled through
Oh, okay.
Dallas, but I have not seen Adina Menzel. I think she's been retired from
Oh, a
that
long
show
time,
for
like
a while
yeah,
now.
for a long time now. I just wanted to know because it's always like I wanted to compare with like because when I thought like Ariana Grande is the Good Witch, and you have but the girl who plays Elphaba, it was amazing. I was just like, oh my god, her music, the music her singing was incredible, especially Gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Just to say that you're to see the live version of it, it's like, oh, okay, well. We'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of 50-50, but no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you said before that you plan to do projects behind the camera. Like, what made you decide to like go into voice acting more aggressively? Like, was there something specific that you saw that just, or was it just that opportunity? When you got it, you ran with
Oh,
it.
that made me be like, okay, I really want to do this. I would say it was a slow burn, and I think that's for most people is it takes so long to build your career in voice acting. I mean, you occasionally have those people who get rocketed to
Mm-hmm.
fame and success, but generally it's a slow burn. So you take classes, you network, you meet people, you book your first, tiny role, and you grow and you learn and you get more opportunities, and it slowly starts snowballing over time. Um, but I go back and listen to some of my early work, and I'm like, ugh, how did I book anything? Oh god, it was awful. So it's just been slow, and then as my momentum has just picked up over, I mean, gosh, I've been doing it 12, 13 years, something like that now.
Oh, nice.
I don't want to say you get more passionate about it, but opportunities inspire you, and working with other creative people inspires you and pushes you to become better yourself. So again, it's a snowball effect.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So like so it wasn't necessarily specifically like anime that you got into. It was just the opportunity between the networking that you did that just kind of.
I had watched one anime when I went in to record at Funimation for the first time. The only anime I had watched was Ancient Magus Bride, because small world. Danny Chambers and I are best friends. We went to college together before either of us were voice actors, and so she had started working in anime before me. And she was the lead in that. That was her first ever lead role, was
Oh,
Ancient
wow.
Magus Bride. So I watched it because she's my best friend. And so that was I watched that show, or I'm trying to remember how long before I actually got called into Funimation, because I had an audition. Anyways. And so my only two experiences with anime were watching Ancient Magus Bride, and then when I got called in for was a show called Conception, which is nothing like Ancient Magus Bride. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, hold on. What exactly is anime?
It's like, what is, it's like your expectations is one thing, and then once you come in, you're like, I don't know what is going on and who
I
is
was
this.
so confused, but I fell in love with it. I've watched so much anime since then. I mean, there's endless bounds of anime to keep watching, and I can't even keep up with the current stuff, but I try to go back and watch some of the classics. Like I finally finally watched Full Metal Alchemist. I've watched parts of One Piece. I've watched through Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail was one of the first ones that I watched after I started working at Funimation, now Crunchyroll, because that show was still going on, and Danny was like, this is a good classic that you should start with. So I did watch Fairy Tail. So I mean, I've watched a lot since then, but there's still so many like classics that people talk about. It was like, I've never seen it. I'm sorry, I'm a late bloomer.
No, I totally understand. It makes sense though. I mean, it's like anime as a genre specifically in itself is just overwhelming. There's no way that anyone can be like, oh, I've seen all of this, or I've seen the go-tos and stuff, because it's always different every generation. So no, it's totally understandable. Especially I can only imagine on the back end side as a voice actor, so I can just be like, oh my goodness. All right. And and like you said before, you have a very strong like stage background. Oh no, I've already asked you that, so never mind, I'm good. I already asked you your favorite musical. We got into the rant already, so there we go. So is there a hobby that you like to do to wind down outside, like when you're outside the booth?
I have always really enjoyed reading. I love fantasy novels. I have a toddler now, so reading has been on the back burner since since he was born. But that's something I really, really enjoy doing, and have done, different stages of my life, read more. Another thing, a more active hobby that I like to do, I have a giant, like 60-gallon tropical fish tank, and I love it. My husband's like, why do you have this thing? It's so much work. I was like, because I love it. So that's a hobby.
Wow. Wait. So like you have just like what kind of water does a tropical fish tank have?
So it's a freshwater tropical. So a lot of the fish come like from Amazon. So you're going to have freshwater fish. I've been toying with the idea of doing a saltwater fish tank, but the transition is a pretty big initial deal to make. But one day I shall have a saltwater fish tank. But for now, we're still in the freshwater.
That's nice. What kind of fish do you have?
Oh, I've got so many. I've got rainbow fish. I've got electric blue acara. I've got clown loaches, which I really love. They're these cute little like orange stripy things with like these little whiskers. Yeah. And it's weird to say they're fish with personality, but they are. They're so cute. I'll just watch them, and they all have, different names and things.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, like, I can't even imagine the fish with personality. Oh, but I'm thinking of fish with personality, I'm thinking like Finding Nemo kind of something like that.
Most fish don't. Like, you'll have ones that are more like bold and ones that are more timid, but like clown loaches, for whatever reason, hence their name, I guess, that clown, they're very funny and have, to me, very distinctive personalities from each other. I have 3, and they can live for a really long time, and so they slowly get bigger over the span of their life. But anyway, so I'll nerd out with anyone who wants to talk about fish. I will. My husband's like, I'll talk with you about anything but fish. Find someone else to talk to about.
That's funny. That's the line. That's where it's drawn. It's like, okay, here you go. It's like, listen, I love you.
He does not care about my fish.
Oh, that's funny. Is there like a character that you have played that surprised you, that had somewhat of like, a fan following, or a fairly big size fan following for what you played?
So Shikia in
Makine or whatever. I don't know how I don't know the pronunciation.
I've heard it said so many different. I'm in the show, and I've heard it said different ways. She's just like a really small recurring character in the show, but she is so weird. And so she was surprising how much people liked her for as little as she appears. As far as like where I was surprised how much people like the show, people really like the show tying the knot with an no, I know I work in anime, but I can never get the titles right. Tying the Knot with an Amagami sister. I play kind of like the big sister aunt caretaker role. People really like this show, and I was not expecting people, because you have shows like this, harem shows, they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't expecting so many people to like it, and people really do. And they really like the character Mahiru, who I play. She just, again, pops, in and out throughout the season. So that one was surprising for one of my current shows that I'm in. I'm
Mhm.
trying to think. I can't think of any in the past that like super surprised me.
You know what I'm
Uh,
actually surprised about? It's actually interesting. It's like it's hard for me. Like I said, it's hard for me to watch animes because it's just so many. I like to read as much as I can.
mhm.
But when I go to conventions, I was just seeing all the like fan arts and stuff. Was the person that didn't even have a name? It was I think it was in My Hero. The tail fox woman. That
Oh
giant.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They just call her the ordinary woman. She doesn't have a name. But she's so cute. So I
She
guess that's why
is.
people like
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, what is going like when I saw so much fan art of it, I was like, what is going on? Did I miss something here?
It's weird because usually those small side characters that don't even have names, they don't get like super cool character design.
Mhm.
And she did. Like she's so cute. So that's probably why people like her so much because she's super unique. And I wish she had come back more.
I know, right? It's like, oh, she was saved, and then she was she was like the vehicle that made the main character like grow a little bit more, and then that was it. And then it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
Yeah, now
cool.
she's gone. It's like,
And
oh,
now
come
she's
back,
gone.
Fox Girl.
It's like, we missed you. It was too short. Yeah, there you go. And I won't say that you're typecasted, but like I noticed that you play a lot of motherly roles in several anime series, and like
Look, I've got my Anna Mom shirt on. my 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 friend Emily Fajardo made it.
that is a
made it for
great.
me.
That is if you go to, I hope when you go to shows, you have like you're wearing that. That's perfect. I mean, I was just like, wow, she's in a lot of. She's not the main character, but she's in a lot of motherly roles. It's kind of interesting. And
So many.
yes, and I know that like when you audition for a role per se, like voice actors usually do not know what the roles that they're going to play, but like however the amount of times you consistently have been playing these roles or chosen monthly roles is very, very interesting and kind of like question marking for my mind. Like, do you have like any idea why that is?
So as I mentioned, I have voiced so many moms. I literally have a panel that I do at conventions called the Anna Mom, and it's a fun panel where it'll bring up a picture of the character and be like, okay, one, can you guess what show she's from? You get a point. Do you know her name? You get another point. And then like bonus, is she dead or alive?
Oh my god.
Anime moms are dead so often.
Yes.
Um, I actually talked to a director about this recently, not one at Crunchyroll, but at another studio. And I was because they cast me as a mom in something, and I was like, I'm just curious, what made you decide to cast me as a mom? And he thought about it because he's like, he wanted to give me a legitimate answer. He's like, you have this warmth and nurturing quality to your voice that just naturally makes you sound motherly. He says doesn't even necessarily have to do with you having a lower voice. You just have this warmth that feels welcoming and loving. And so I guess that applies with other people. Like when they think of moms, they're like, oh, Brianna has a nice, warm, kind voice. And so they think of me when a mom comes up, and it's just kind of become a thing. I don't know.
But it's like, I mean, not like if people are I mean, I'm not saying that you don't have a warm voice because you really definitely do, but like if you're wanting to get something, like, are you wanting something more normally than being just a motherly? I mean, for these roles, like, are you aiming for something like to be the main character, like?
I mean, I think
anything
we're
like
all
that?
aiming and hoping to be a main character. I've been doing it long enough that I have also come to terms with the fact that I do have a lower voice. And typically your anime leads are going to be your cute, very young sounding teenagers. And though I can play a teenager, especially more like a snarky or tough teenager, it's going to go to, your people who naturally fall in that vocal range. So there just aren't going to be as many opportunities for lead roles in my vocal range in anime. They come around from time to time. There's several of us, Elizabeth Maxwell, Michelle Rojas, of course, Colleen Klinkenbeard, that all have like lower register, and things come around from time to time. Caitlin Barr, she's another one. But so we all, of course, aim and aspire wanting to be, and I don't just want to say lead characters, but we're actors. We
Yeah.
want to create.
Mhm.
And usually the larger the role, the more character development and arc you get to experiment and work through as an actor. Whereas with a mom, I'll say, having voiced 1,000 moms, they pop in and out of episodes and they help carry the plot along, but they don't necessarily have their own character arc. Like, they're not really any different from the beginning to the end. And so as an actor, it's fun and engaging and challenging to do a character that you get to watch their growth and their change. So I don't want to say moms are boring, because you can bring something different to every mom character. But as a creator, I like to get to like sink my teeth into something like Miranjo in Ranking of Kings. Like, what an awesome story arc that she gets to have. That was so amazing to get to work through that for that whole season. I mean, she is completely different from where you're first introduced to her to where she is at the end of the show. So I mean, I'm happy to voice moms. I get paid for it. So I have a hashtag,
Yeah.
But I always am looking and wanting to do other types of things too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, because I mean, the times when you're not, I mean, you definitely are the cornerstone for mom role. I'll definitely give it that. But like the times when you're not, like you were saying, like Miranjo is like, I love her character development throughout that whole series. Like, you like hated her. And then when they showed the background of, a background of where she was coming from, and then you kind of had a sense of empathy of where she was coming from on the way she was raised. And then they were like, man, we need to protect her at this point, that kind of deal. It was such a great deal. But then you also had like Tomoe. Tomoe is just is a funny character. It's just out there, but and the way you crush that as well. And then most recently, what's her name? Pencilgun. I can never say her name.
Pencilgun. I love her.
Yes, she's such a, like, I love that, like, her as a character is because you're technically playing two roles with this. You're playing her as the character and then her as the player. And the character doesn't contrast at all to the player that she is. So she's like a model or something in the, and then in the game, she's just like, she's money grabbing. She's kind of greedy in a way.
Literally a player killer. Like, she is ruthless. She's ruthless.
Yes.
She's been so much fun.
Yes.
So much fun to voice.
Did y'all just? I'm assuming second season's done now for you, right?
We're almost done. So we're doing the last few episodes right now. So we'll probably finish recording them in the next couple weeks. But I think they're still airing week by week. Maybe it's on episode 46. 47, one of those.
Wow.
46 or 47 is where we are right now, and I think there's 52 total, including season 1 and season 2. They're doing it, but I don't know why sometimes they do like, season 1 episode 1 through 12, and then other times they just like keep counting. So this is one they just keep counting.
Yeah, it's like, it's so, I mean, nowadays it's like you're lucky if an anime series gets 13, and I know, but further back in the day, prior, like maybe in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was 20. The number was 26, and then but like now they're just like, we don't have time, and hopefully there's a season 3. That's what I'm praying for Shangri-La. That would be great.
I hope so. So.
Yeah, no, but you're definitely doing an incredible job playing her, though. I love your character there. Yes. And and one of the weirdest characters that you have played was Yumeko Shikiya in Makeine, like we were saying before. She's so weird, and she's like the real question is like, how is she even in this series? Because
I don't know.
She's like
outer space.
Completely, and it doesn't even fit anywhere of any of the tropes of any kind of sort in this series. But it's so funny, like when she comes on screen, like what was your experience of playing her?
She's so wild. So when I first came into, like, I've never voiced any sort of character like her. Like, she's completely different from anything I've ever voiced before. And so the very first time she appeared, I don't think she said very much. I can't remember. I need to ask Helena, because I've never asked. Helena Wollstrom is the director. Be like, what made you think of me for this bizarre
She was like, you know what I think of when I'm thinking of a motherly role? I'm thinking Brianna Roberts would be the perfect person for this character. It's like,
Or she's just spent enough time with me to realize that I'm super weird as a person. She's like, well, channel your inner weirdness, Brie.
that is such a funny thing. I mean, but was there a direction of any kind of to give her character to bring when you brought her to life?
I remember us talking like she's just creepy. She needs to have a really strange cadence to her voice. And so I kind of like envisioned her being like a zombie undead type of like and she just is so breathy. Like we were just like, let's make her so bizarre. So we were, and I remember Helena just laughing at me like, I love it.
That's such a great one. I was like, wow, this is so odd. And she's like the class president of something. I'm like, well, how does she have power on top of this? It's like, this girl can barely walk. It's such a very interesting character. I was like, wow, okay, well, yeah, and like a character that you also like we were saying earlier, like Toa Amane in Shangri-La. Like, I don't know about you, but she is different. She's different from the other traditional female lead protagonists that you play, or that has been like that. Just overall, like I just can't put my finger on to why. Like, but so that's why I'm asking you. Like, what makes like Toa Amane so much fun to play for you?
She is sassy and snarky and mischievous and plotting, intelligent. Um, it's interesting because so much of her, so sorry.
That's okay.
The motherly characters are usually going to be warm and nurturing and kind, or they're like awful and they show flashbacks of them being like a horrible human being. But usually there's not a lot of dynamics to mom characters' personalities. So I mean, she is just wild. She's sexy and also smart and really good at gaming. I mean, she's literally the top player in the game whenever Sunraku comes into Shangri-La Frontier. She's so fun. She's just a badass, and I really enjoy playing her.
Did you have any kind of level of creativity? Like how broad was your creativity when you were playing her? Like, did you take any kind of liberties on your own to?
I'm trying to think because we've been doing for so many episodes now because we're at, like I said, we're getting close to 52. Fun fact, she's one of the few roles that I have booked the audition. So often when you audition for shows, they'll send you the auditions for the lead characters, and then they'll like book the whole show off of those just auditions for those few characters. And again, as aforementioned, I don't play leads very often because of where my voice sits. I've only ever booked 2 roles ever at Crunchyroll off of where I auditioned for the character and I booked that character. And that was Maeve Hoshisato in Hatana Illusion, which was a mom, of course. That was one of my earlier roles, actually. And then this one, Arthur Penselgon in Shangri-La Frontier. And Jason just said, he's like, when I heard it, you had the sass, you had the attitude. Which I actually think, I feel like when I am vocally performing as Arthur Penselgon, I'm not like her as far as like, I'm not a big gamer. Well, I say that. I'm actually pretty snarky. I'm snarky and sassy a little bit. And she sits like exactly in like how I talk. Like, this is how I talk. Her cadence is very similar to how I am when I speak. So she's been a lot of fun to play in a lot of room for even though she's wild, there's been a lot of room for nuance because she just sits exactly where I am vocally. So sometimes that leaves a little bit more room for creativity when you're not having to think about the voice. You're just talking kind of how you do, follow some of your natural instincts and, way that you talk. So I don't know. Did I answer your question? I feel like I went off on a rant.
No. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm just like kind of wanting to get into the mind of it because it's very fascinating on like what like with her because like it. I was very like I really do like her as a character, and for something about it like just made her special relatively, you know, for especially the kind of series and the kind of genre that this series is. It's like, it's not like it's reinventing the wheel. We've seen this before, but it's just like, it's her aspect makes it fun to watch. And every time what she's going to get into this time, or what she's scheming about, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love it. Yeah, so it's great. No, I love the fact that you're having a great time with playing her. That's great. And like I said, let's pray for season 3.
Yes.
Yes. And overall though, like, but what are some of the most rewarding aspects of being a voice actor?
Most rewarding. I mean, there's so many things. As a performer, just the part of the creativity, the character exploration. So much of what makes art meaningful is that we get to, whether we're consuming it or we're creating it, it gives us an opportunity to look at life from a different perspective, one that's not our own. If you're watching a play, you are seeing this story unfold from a perspective of something you've never lived before, because it's not you or your life. And so getting to explore other stories and other people, it broadens your worldview. It helps you have a better understanding of the people around you. So I just find it fulfilling, acting in general, this idea of having the opportunity to really take a deep dive, even if it's a funny character, looking at life and the world and a situation in a different way. Outside of like the actual acting part of it, of course, the relationships that you build with those around you, other actors and directors and engineers and all the people, you build lasting relationships. I've been doing this for so many years now. I go to people's other voice actors, their baby showers, their weddings. I've been to funerals. Like, you just become a community. And then of course there's the fans, the people, because if we were doing this art and there was no one just to see it, like, would it still keep being made? Maybe, I don't know. Like, what is art? I love talking with fans when people come and they say, wow, this character meant so much to me. I loved their story. Or people just saying, you make me laugh so much with this character. Like, that warms my heart. And it's like that. It's crazy to think that this thing that we're doing and we're creating, that it's reaching so many people on the other side of a screen and affecting and influencing them, and hopefully bringing them joy if it's a funny type of show, or helping them to learn and broaden their worldview if it's something different from anything they've ever seen or experienced before. It's just, the whole process is it's rewarding.
Just I love your take on the full on experience of the voice act. I mean, that's all, I've always find it fascinating, especially I always wondered like how close knit the overall community of voice actors are, and just kind of seeing a small glimpse of what you've just described, it seems exactly what I was expecting it to be. So that's really awesome. I love it. I love that. Okay, final question, most important question of them all. I don't know if you have seen it. If you haven't, just let me know if you have it, or if you have not. You have it?
I have.
Okay. All right. So do you have a favorite Pokemon, and why?
Okay, this comes back to me being a late bloomer.
Okay.
I have never watched or done anything with Pokemon. Not a thing. I know zero Pokemon. So I must disappoint.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
Pikachu is cute. I do know who Pikachu is. And
Yes.
He's cute.
Yes.
But that's all I can give you.
You know what?
I know. Such a
It's fine. No, it's perfectly fine, because like I'm not expecting everyone to know this question, but what I'm trying to do, I'm ultimately trying to do, it's like we're going to try to do a chart of all the people that we're going to talk to, and we're going to see Pokemon and classifications and put them down. But hey, you're the first person that we're trying this with. So Pikachu, so we're going to go with I'll put you down for Pikachu.
Pikachu work.
Yes.
I am probably, like, most people will have an answer for you. I am like in like the bottom percent of people who, like, how have you been in this industry so long and even voiced in the mobile game and you've never done that?
You voiced in the mobile game? Oh, that's funny.
So
no, like, it's not a cop out at all. Like, I'm not expecting everyone to know, because like I know I know people would assume that you would know your characters or you are like, the character when you're playing the character. No, I totally understand, but that's perfectly fine. I just wanted to try it out just to see. And no, we're going to definitely do it. So I'll put you down as a Pikachu lover. So there you go. There we go. But anyways, folks, Brianna, thank you. First off, thank you so much for geeking out with me. It was very awesome talking to you today. It was really cool.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited. I am a nerd at heart, though I'm a newer anime nerd at heart. I say that it's been 12 years now, but yeah, I grew up.
You're established.
Star Wars nerd. I'm a huge Trekkie. Like, nerddom is my thing. So.
What's your favorite Star Trek? Do you have
Deep Space Nine?
Oh my God! You know what's funny? I'm sorry, but like my friends like rag on me saying about Deep Space Nine. I love Deep Space Nine.
Best.
Yeah, especially bald Cisco, like in season 2 and season 3, like when he loses the hair. It's so
He's
great.
amazing.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I was just like, and then people are always ragging like TNG is the best one. And I'm like, dude, TNG is good, but Cisco had nothing. He had no support on the end, like with Starfleet. He had a small group of Starfleet people, and he was ruthless essentially. If anyone was attacking that space station. So yeah, so no.
And we could get into I could talk for a long time.
I know. I know. I love Deep Space Nine so much. I know. So no, see, there you go. See, that's what I should have asked. What's your favorite Star Trek? but folks, thank you for listening to this awesome interview with Brianna Roberts. If you'd like to listen to more awesome interviews like this, you could definitely go check it out on all podcast services on Pop Culture Gems, or check out our website on confreaksandgeeks.com. So once again, this is Davis and Brianna signing out. Y'all take it easy.
Bye, guys.